was on Around the Game. She said the first thing that stood out about her is her personality. She's funny, like really funny, and she's a great teammate. Now, how many people have we heard say Caitlin Clark's a great teammate? Pretty much everybody. Pretty much everybody. This ain't a Chicago Sky situation where Courtney Vandersloot got to go on camera and defend herself because somebody said something they wasn't supposed to and all this other stuff. But that's neither here nor there. She was also quoted as saying, I love her, the things she's able to control and that she doesn't show. I couldn't imagine going through the stuff she goes through, but she stays strong. Now,
Indiana Fever forward Makayla Timpson recently shared praise for Caitlin Clark in comments made around a recent game broadcast, highlighting Clark's personality as one of the first things that stood out to her, describing her as genuinely funny and a strong teammate. Timpson also spoke about the pressure that comes with Clark's level of visibility, saying she admires how much Clark manages to keep composed given the intense public scrutiny that follows her, every missed shot and mistake drawing outsized attention, and expressed appreciation for how she continues to handle that pressure.
Now, that's just kind of referring to the spotlight. Everything you do is being talked about, is under a microscope. Every missed shot, every made shot, everything that comes with being Caitlin Clark is a lot to take on. So Makayla Timpson with nothing but great things to say for Caitlin Clark. And honestly, I can't wait for this season because I want to see the development of Makayla Timpson. I think with Natasha Howard gone, who should be gone, she talking about she wanted to win MVP and all of this stuff.
Looking ahead to the coming season, there's optimism about Timpson's own development, particularly following the departure of veteran forward Natasha Howard. Timpson showed flashes of effectiveness during limited minutes as a rookie, and after gaining more experience through off-season play overseas, she's expected to take on a larger role.
With Natasha Howard gone, who should be gone, she talking about she wanted to win MVP and all of this stuff, we should see an uptick in production and minutes for Makayla Timpson. I think Makayla Timpson was very effective in the minutes she got in her rookie year. And I think with an off season to work, get more experience playing overseas professionally, I think she'll be a good player for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Look, this girl can run. She's a freak athlete. She can get up and down that court. She can block shots, athleticism through the roof. I think that
She's regarded as an athletic, high-energy player capable of running the floor and contributing defensively, with expectations that she could become a valuable complementary piece alongside Clark going into her second season. Separately, discussion turned to ongoing collective bargaining negotiations between NBA players and the league, and what contingency plans other basketball leagues and player-run organizations might consider if the 2026 NBA season were disrupted.
Makayla Timpson can be a quality asset on the team with Caitlin Clark, and I can't wait to see what she's able to bring to the Indiana Fever in year 2, man. I'm excited about it. We need to get this damn deal done so we can keep rolling. Let's get to this, man. I want to get to a conversation that was being had about if there's no 2026 WNBA season, unrivaled thought process and plans for this. And this is why they can't get mad.
The conversation touched on the dual roles some veteran players hold as both union representatives in CBA negotiations and stakeholders or co-founders in other basketball ventures, with some questioning whether that dynamic could present a conflict of interest, particularly when it comes to scheduling and prioritization decisions that affect both leagues. There was also skepticism raised, though explicitly not framed as an accusation of deliberate sabotage, about whether personal or business interests in outside leagues could shape how negotiations are approached, especially by veteran players further along in their careers who may have more limited time left within the WNBA's collective bargaining cycle.
Rivals thought process and plans for this. And this is why they can't get mad that we've been saying this whole thing with them running unrivaled, being co-founders, but also being on the WNBA board is a conflict of interest. Is conversations and things like this on why they can't get mad that we're saying it's a conflict of interest. They really can't get mad at that. Like it's a clear conflict of interest, even with certain things you have to think about. I think that, I want to get to this.
The discussion also touched on the league's decision to release its 2026 schedule amid the uncertainty of the negotiations, which some players had questioned publicly. One interpretation offered was that releasing the schedule signaled the league's intent to move forward with its season regardless of the outcome of labor negotiations, given that many of the league's most popular and visible players, including several still on rookie contracts, remain signed and available to play.
So, I think that, I want to get to this conversation, man, because this was very, very interesting.
Right? Like you had asked earlier, if there is no 2026 WNBA season, does Unrivaled decide like we're going to do a pop-up league somewhere? Do they extend their season? Do they start building out a second season? Like there are always a million different ideas that it does seem like the everyday fan is thinking about too,
And to say for the record, and this is how I feel.
There's some encouraging news coming out of overseas competition, where two young Fever prospects, Makayla Timpson and Bree Hall, have been putting together strong performances that suggest real long-term potential alongside Caitlin Clark. Starting with Timpson, there's been a feeling that she deserved more consistent playing time during the regular season, especially given how the front court rotation played out.
And to say for the record, and this is how I feel. I don't think that Breanna Stewart and Afisa Collier are actively trying to sabotage the WNBA.
No.
Yeah, but I get that. I thought that too, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. People are just moving very strange. Everything they are doing publicly to just try to sway people and win people over, man, just get a deal done, bro. Just get a deal done. Work on getting the deal done and do something more reasonable. Y'all are trying to get...
Regardless of that debate, she's clearly using this stretch overseas to refine her game. She's still considered relatively raw and in need of more live game experience, and this kind of extended playing time abroad appears to be exactly what she needs.
On getting the deal done and do something more reasonable. Y'all are trying to get everything in one CBA. Y'all trying to get everything at one time. It's not going to work that way. But the reason y'all are doing that is because y'all older and y'all might not be around when there's another CBA. So y'all don't care about the future of the game. Y'all want everything right now for yourselves. That's the truth of the matter. That's the flat out truth of the matter.
Like, they're not double agents that are in there pushing for a strike and pushing for the season to be canceled. Like, I think that is way too far and ridiculous. Like, let's not forget that.
Recent highlights show her developing a stronger post-up game, something that could significantly boost her value if she continues to build on it. Her athleticism already looks like a good stylistic match for an up-tempo, transition-heavy style of play, and continued development in that setting could make her a legitimate rotation piece going forward.
Grateful of you guys. Let's go. Let's start with Makayla Timpson. Now, she is somebody who I felt should have gotten way more minutes during the season, but we clearly Stephanie Bonehead White made all types of promises to Natasha Howard to where Natasha Howard came in talking about winning MVP, all types of foolishness. She can beat it. I never want to see her in Indiana again. You'll never get to go with Caitlin Clark.
Turning to Bree Hall, she's also having a strong stretch overseas, including a recent outing against Tacoma, where she posted 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Her defensive reputation, built during her time at South Carolina, remains her biggest strength. She was regularly tasked with guarding top offensive threats in college, and showed the versatility to defend multiple positions.
Never want to see her in Indiana again. You'll never get to go with Caitlin Clark to an NFL or NBA game again. You can go purchase your own ticket now. Get her out of here. Makayla Timpson should have been getting some of Natasha Howard's minutes. It is as simple as that. Now, Makayla Timpson, in sporadic minutes with the Fever, gave us good production, but she's still raw and she needs experience. She needs gameplay. Going overseas is great for her. She's over there cooking, y'all. I can't lie. She is.
The bigger question with her professional outlook has always been the offensive side, specifically her shooting consistency. If she can reliably knock down catch-and-shoot three-point looks to complement her defensive versatility, that 3-and-D skill set alone could be enough to earn her a legitimate roster spot.
Y'all, I can't lie. She is over there cooking. Let's take a look. Post work If she can add that, I don't see what Natasha Howard doing that she can't. What's Natasha Howard doing over there? A bunch of nothing. Natasha Howard was doing a bunch of nothing. Makayla Timpson is balling overseas right now. Let's take a look at this.
Recent clips show her hitting perimeter shots consistently and showing improved comfort attacking off the catch, which is an encouraging sign for her overall offensive development.
Of nothing. Makayla Timpson is balling overseas right now. Let's take a look at this, man. How hype it says, how hyped are we for KK sophomore season? Come on, man. She over there getting her game right. She's not wasting time messing around. She getting her game right. And we already know in terms of athleticism, she can run with Caitlin Clark. She can do, like, we want to get up.
Playing overseas appears to be giving both players valuable room to expand their games in ways that wouldn't necessarily happen in a more limited 1BA role, allowing them to experiment, build confidence, and add new tools to their overall skill sets.
Can run with Caitlin Clark. She can do, like, we want to get up and down. She can do that. Like, we need her to continue to develop over there. And I think she can be a definite impact player for the Indiana Fever. Let's take a look at this highlight right here, man. She's improving fast. Her game is improving really, really fast. And then we're going to take a look at Bree Hall.
Now Tika glides in.
You see the ability to play in space, to be a help defender.
Looking ahead, there's a broader argument that the Fever should prioritize getting younger and more athletic moving forward.
You see the ability to play in space, to be a help defender, sliding her feet, the athleticism. We already seen the girl, she dunking. She can dunk. She can do it all. Like, what are we talking about here? This is the type of young athleticism we need with the Caitlin Clark. Now, you go get Azurá Stevens with Makayla Timpson coming off the bench, backing her up at the Forest. Listen, man, we cooking with fish grease. You're cooking with fish grease at that point. Now, let's take a look at Bree Hall. Bree Hall is over there cooking too, man. Bree Hall versus
Some free agent additions from this past offseason brought significant veteran experience, but also added to the team's overall age, and there's a feeling the roster could benefit from balancing that out with more youthful athletic depth.
And too, man. Bree Hall versus the Tacoma Nawa Queens. She had 18 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. Now, the thing with Bree Hall is, if she can consistently make shots, there's 100% a job for her with the Indiana Fever and with any team, because she is a awesome defender. At South Carolina, that was her staple. When Iowa, now granted, Caitlin Clark went off, but when Iowa showed up to play,
with players like Kelsey Mitchell and Sophie Cunningham now several years into their careers, and Clark and Aaliyah Boston still relatively early in their own respective careers, there's a case to be made for surrounding that veteran and rising core with more athletic, developing talent, making players like Timpson and Hall appealing options if their overseas development continues on this trajectory.
But when Iowa showed up to play, whenever Iowa showed up to play South Carolina, that was Bree Hall assignment. Bree Hall and Raven Johnson. And Bree Hall was the better defender. So, listen, she can guard WNBA. She can guard the 1, the 2, the 3. She can switch. She got size. She got athleticism. It's the shooting. It's the offensive end. And we don't need her to be playing off the dribble and doing all of that. We need her to be able to catch and shoot. Can you catch and shoot? If you can do that.
Overall, both players appear to be taking real steps forward in their games this offseason, and their performances abroad have generated genuine optimism about their potential roles with the Fever going forward.